Good morning. This is Talk Back to Television, and I'm here with Kris Johns, who is CEO and co-founder of AdGood. Kris, how are you?
Hey Rick, good. I'm doing well. Thanks for
All
having me
right.
on.
Now, as we said, you've been knocking around the business for a while. You were at uh, Atari of all places, and
Long
then
time.
consumer experience at Disney from Maker Studios and then Whirl. So you were very familiar with the business and how it works, but I don't think my viewers are very familiar with AdGood. So, what is AdGood?
So AdGood is a 501(c)(3) nonprofit. We have a sole mission to be able to bring affordable access to CTV advertising to all nonprofits. We work with a lot of major publishers and platforms in the CTV space to donate inventory to the AdGood Foundation. And we've put together an entire ad stack with partnerships, a little tech of our own to be able to manage all that inventory. And then we offer that inventory only to nonprofits. Those are the only people that can access that inventory. And we try to make our inventory available everywhere that they may buy, whether it's through an agency and we need to set up some sort of deal ID through any of the other major trading desks that they're working with or demand side platforms, or we do a lot of managed service where we handle everything. And then additionally, for some of the really small nonprofits, because our goal is to be able to give access to all nonprofits across the board, not just the ones that have, large media budgets and are already currently buying, but also very small ones in local communities. So we have a self-serve Gen AI ad manager as well. And so any nonprofit can go in there and easily generate a 30-second video ad, do their entire media buy within the platform. There's access to Google VO3 in there, all kinds of great stuff to be able to set up storyboards and build creative and be able to launch their campaigns. And we set that minimum spend for only $250.
Okay, so now let's assume that I am a nonprofit. Actually, I am, but well, you know what? I'm the head of our local recreation council, and we are a 501(c)(3) nonprofit. Okay. And I've got soccer season coming up, and I want to let people know about it, and I want to solicit sponsors for that. I don't have any creative capability. What can I do? Can I approach you? Can I get your help?
Yes. So you can easily go to our website and access our ad manager at adgood.org. It's one of the main tabs in the global navigation at the top. You just click that ad manager and it'll take you right to the site. Essentially, you put the URL to your website in, and from that, it actually within the tool, it starts to generate a 30-second video ad by scraping the content of your website as well as pulling the images. It builds a 30-second video ad script, and you're actually able to edit all of that functionality, but it does the first iteration for you to kind of let you see what the ad could look like. And then after you do that, you can go in and change copy, upload images, upload your own video. You can purchase Google VEO credits and be able to actually turn static images into B-roll. And you can actually generate that creative right there within the platform. It'll give you a custom QR code as well, that enables you to do any sort of tracking or drive to a specific URL that you're trying to really do your conversions on, right? Like you want to have some sort of landing page so that you can send them to this destination and a vanity URL that makes sense, so that you can give them that additional content and actually get that transaction, get that, maybe you want them to contact you, maybe you want them to just give donations right there, listing out like the sponsorship capabilities for what you're doing. And all within that tool, roughly within 3.5 minutes to depending on how detailed you want to get with your creative, you can have an ad launched and ready.
Okay, now everything you just described assumes that I am relatively savvy about media. Okay. Um, what if I'm a local church and I've got a food bank and I want to let people in my community know about the food bank and I don't know diddly squat about advertising? What do I do?
Yeah. So it's the same process. You just start with the URL to your website. And then if, within the tool right there, you just put in the zip codes that you're targeting. And essentially it'll only show up in those specific zip codes. And if you want to put other targeting in there, like for instance, people interested in sports and things like that, there's targeting capabilities within the tool as well.
Now, what if, because I am finding in some of my nonprofit work that people are saying, why do I need a website? I got a Facebook page and it talks to everybody I want to talk to. Can I do that as well? Can I point you to my Facebook page?
Yes, you can. And you can point it to any URL or destination that you choose.
Interesting. All right. So I'm going to ask you on the record right now, if some people are viewing this and we know that folks in our business have personal lives outside of television. It astonished me to learn that, but it's really true. If they're working with a local church group or a club or a food bank or somebody or other, we'll put a link into your website and they can go in and try it out. Does it cost them anything initially to get a look at what the spot would look like?
No, all you have to do is go in, create an account, and then
Okay.
once you create an account, essentially you can go in and generate and create an ad. There's no purchase required unless you're actually going to be running media. If you're going to be accessing Google VEO, there are credits that you would have to purchase, but again, it kind of goes outside of our platform for that. That's a credits piece. But the general use of the platform and creating a video, you can even share that video with other individuals to get their approvals. All that functionality is there within the tool.
I can share it with my board and say, hey, look what we've got. And I think if we spend $1,000, we can get this kind of impact because, all right, now, where is it going to appear? Where
So we
where is
work.
my spot going to appear in my inky dinky part of Maryland?
Yeah, so we actually run a lot in Maryland. We work with a couple different agencies there, and we run a lot of community campaigns. We do a lot of social good campaigns there. So it doesn't really matter so much the demographic because we have over 4.5 billion available impressions monthly across the entire US.
Wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. 4.5 billion
Correct.
impressions monthly.
Available, yes. And so we are able to target, even kind of smaller zip codes, depending on what you're trying to achieve. DMA depends on what the needs are for your campaign, right? But for something at a local level like you're doing, I would recommend zip codes are great for really small nonprofits, or counties. You can put the specific counties that you're
Right?
going after as
Okay.
well, and that will all kind of read in. So even in the kind of layman's terms there, like if you don't have, DMAs and things like that, like you can just do it based on the counties that you're going
Okay.
after, and the tool will find that targeting for you.
So I go into my county, which is Harford County, and I put that in, and you're going to tell me, how many impressions I'm going to get. Are you going to tell me where it's going to play? Am I going to get a sense of what devices people are going to see this on? Is this on
It's
smart
only
TVs
Yeah, it's only TVs, only smart TVs, and only in free ad-supported TV. And our inventory includes content from A&E on the publisher side, scripts. We work with Stingray. We work with Cineverse. We also work with platforms like LG and
you do?
Samsung TV Plus, and Plex. They donate pretty much all their unused inventory to the AdGood Foundation. And it's
Unused meaning unsold. That
unsold, correct? Yeah,
the
exactly.
black mark on the business.
And so essentially what we do in that case is then we track all impressions by day for the entire year. And then we give them a donor acknowledgement letter for all the impressions that were served that we delivered impressions on. And then we give also an additional report that's required, by the IRS to be able to submit these things. And then they're able to kind of utilize that however they see fit on their side to be able to get whatever donation they're going to go after
Okay,
or
so
donation
now
amount.
so now I'm going to access a certain amount of unsold inventory, which by definition, nobody really knows if it's unsold until the minute before it's supposed to play, technically, right?
Literally millisecond, literally
Yeah.
millisecond.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, but you're writing a contract to pick up a certain amount of impressions that they're then responsible for. I got you this, I got you this, I got you this, I got you that. And it's all done on an automated basis. And somebody gets a report at the end that tells me where my spot played. Do I get that?
Yes. So within that actual ad manager tool, there's a full reporting dashboard for you, letting you know all the aspects of geo, where your impression served, what platform it was delivered on, all that good stuff. Pretty much everything you would need to be able to track your campaign.
How many nonprofits are you working with right now?
So we probably work with 500 plus
Okay.
directly and indirectly. Sometimes we work with agencies. Some of them come at us, through different types of deals through the SSPs. So it really kind of it varies, right? We're kind of all over the place, and we do a lot of managed service where we handle everything. And like with that, they get like a more robust reporting. We have attribution that's available. We do lift studies. All the big, amazing things that all the major brands get, nonprofits get with us for a much lower budget and minimum spend.
Interesting. All right. So what is the gating factor to hit massive scale for what you do? Is it the guys who are asking or the guys who are giving you the inventory, selling, giving
So
you the opportunity to buy the inventory?
So it's for us, we've been around a year and a half. So you can
Yep.
tell that, we've scaled pretty significantly. The team's grown, every aspect of our business has grown. We're getting better at marketing. That's probably been our biggest kind of issue lately, because we've kind of hit a point where, we get a lot of inbound from us, we get a lot of recommendations from other nonprofits that we work with. And so I think one of the things that we need to focus on is just getting the word out on our program, just getting more nonprofits to actually know, there's 1.9 million nonprofits across the US. And I think getting to those people to let them know that this program exists for them and what our mission is as a nonprofit ourselves, is very important because, we're not just extremely discounted inventory for nonprofits. We're also putting together a media platform that's going to be here a lot longer after we're gone, hopefully, right? This is the goal. We want to build an established ecosystem for them to be able to run media at a massive scale and be able to turn marketing from a cost center to a profit center for these nonprofits so that they can sustain their businesses and be able to continue to do the great work that they do.
Okay. So our audience is the streamers and the ad agencies and a lot of ad tech and some marketing tech and a smattering of investors and content providers. What do you need them to know if they want to get in and make a difference?
So, one, obviously, we're always happy to talk to anybody. We work with a lot of ad tech partners because I think people are constantly building amazing things. And I think when amazing things are being built, I would love to be able to understand what those pieces are. And we're an amazing beta partner as far as ad tech goes because we're able to integrate, we have our own data platform piece set up. I mean, we're a very kind of established ecosystem ourselves within our architecture and how we've structured our products and our partnerships. So we can do some really cool stuff, and we're really trying to bring the best of the best to the nonprofits, like things that are just brand new that people are just testing out. Like we want this to become like such an efficient animal for nonprofits that it's just going to help them generate, the dollars that they need. That's kind of the big piece for the ad tech side.
Are you looking to group? I'm thinking United Way, which is massive, and technically it is an arms around a lot of nonprofits who are members of United Way. Okay. And then you've got, gazillions more little nonprofits who are
Yes.
too small for United Way. Do you encourage, do you invite, do you train people to say, hey, you know what? This is good for you. Bring the people in from across the street. Bring your friends in. Let everybody know about that. And we'll buy you all dinner and explain that to you. Do you have that kind of outreach? I mean, that's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work, and we're a really small team. And to be honest, I don't know if we'll ever be a huge team. We're very kind of automated in a lot of ways that we do things here.
Sure, sure, sure.
And so that's kind of the mission is to try to keep costs low so that we can bring as much benefit. Because our goals aren't to raise prices for CPMs, it's to actually lower them and to get them as close to nothing as possible.
Got
So
it.
it's been a year and a half. We have costs. We're growing a business. We're scaling. We're adding tech. We have fees and all these other key things. But for us, we want to really try to bring as much efficiency as we can to this so that we can provide as much value as possible.
All right. Well, guess what? We're about out of time. But Chris Johns, this is good stuff. I really like this. I have a long background that we'll talk about off the air in nonprofit work. And
Love it.
this this just this just hits a chord, and I think it will for a lot of our viewers. So we'll make sure there's a way for them to contact you and bug you about getting involved with this. Okay. I'm sure you won't mind that.
No, not at all. I love it.
Okay, buddy. Thank you very much for your time. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Rick. Bye.